Rubber Ducky, you're the one. You make bath time so much fun. Rubber Ducky, what are you doing? Get off me, Rubber Ducky.
Get off of the tip. Pull back to the end of the shaft and hold your utensil like this. Just softly. Caress your utensil. Use it lightly. You can beat me, and I can enjoy it. The stream is fucking weird. It's weird. I don't like. I like it, but I don't like it. Multitasking is hard. And so am I. Wait, what? That really just came out of my mouth. My buttons don't work. I don't know. They worked fine 10 minutes ago. All right. So, let's do that again. Welcome back, friends. Welcome to the arts department. Good to see you all. How was your weekend? What were you up to? Yeah. What's new? What's different? What's the same? What have you been doing? What's going on, friends? Sorry about the white balance. I was using this camera this weekend for some photo shoot stuff, so it's a little more orangey than. You know what it is? Yeah, it's set to outdoor sunlight, so it's gonna be a little funkified this evening. Cause I'm gonna have to flip it around and fuck with the settings, and we're not gonna do that live on stream. I mean, unless y'all want to get nauseous and see my desktop. How are you, friends? How are you? Well, I picked it up again. I don't, you know. I feel like 4 of the people in this stream right now are bots. And 2 of the people are wonderful humans whom I adore. How are you, wonderful humans that I adore? Martest, good to see you, my friend. I don't see you enough, I feel like. What's been the happenings? Oh, hi, Theriana. Welcome in. Listen, we're in the middle of something here, so if you could maybe just mute when I say to mute. No, I don't want a camera. I just want you to mute. Just want you to mute. There you go. Thank you. I am a Martest bot. How was the weekend, everyone? Anything good happen? Anything fun happen? I was very creative this weekend. In fact, I'm feeling very uncreative right now because I think I used up all my juice. Like, just went at it and was as creative as possible. Got some really great references for some painting stuff. Got some really great references for some photography stuff. I did not get really great references for you guys though. I was talking to the model and I was like, so what do you think about doing like some like casual like seated poses, totally clothed, but I would share them with my community? And she was like, yeah, no. It's like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, I just want you to use them. For you, your use only. And I was like, okay, that's what it is. Martes, can you say that with a French accent, please? Beep, beep, dop, bop. Maybe I could crank this down a little bit. There we go. Now it's not as overtly blown out. Just change the shutter speed a little bit. Yeah, so apparently the model wasn't into doing the stuff for PAX. And if there's anything that I am, it is respectful of their wishes and, you know, so for my personal betterment, great. For you guys, apparently, fuck you all. In the nicest possible way, of course. Pardon me whilst I pull up my pants. It's a little warm in here. I'm gonna turn them into capri pants. So now my calves are out, cooling me down. Dude, for some reason, my heater kicked on last night and it was like 74 degrees in my apartment condo. Trying to sleep last night at like 5 in the morning. I woke up and my throat was all dry. That's no fun. So, did I say hello to the other people that came in here? David Short. I don't know who's a David Short. Sounds a lot like Dazzle Pants, though. And that text is cryptid. Welcome in, friends. How are you this evening? Everyone have a wonderful weekend. I gotta say I did. And then last night was on the struggle bus with a little bit of Minecraft, because apparently if you transfer over from your regular old Mojang account to a Microsoft account, then they make you log in with your Xbox account. And I'm like, when the fuck did I have an Xbox? In like 2004? What the shit? Yeah, it was a struggle. Yeah, and then they turn on Xbox on your fucking Windows PC. So, fuck you, Microsoft. Fuck you very much. I don't think I want to play your Minecraft anymore. So, take that. Don't need your stupid blocks anyway. Pixie, hello. Hello. Right? It is gross, Sariana. It makes me feel dirty even. I'm like, how dare you? That's icky. Donut holes. I feel both hungry and disgusted all at the same time. No, really, I just don't like having like what's the Xbox thing? Xbox game fucking thing. Like it slows down your system, and they require it now, and I'm not really keen on requirements coming down from Xbox. That's not cool. Not cool, man. Not cool at all. Yeah. So, that being said, I did a lot of creative stuff this weekend, and did a lot of sketching today. Oh, except for when I was trying to put my camera back on the mount over here, I was like, oh, I'll just drop the battery out of the battery thing once it's on the mount, and I flipped the hatch open, triggered the little thing. I just what's happening on this stream? And it fell out, and the Cintiq pen was sitting like this, and it hit the pen, created a pinch point, and the pen went flying across the room and hit that wall over there. I didn't know that because I was busy looking at the camera, and I was like, click, and I went, oh shit, and then I hear ka-tack, ka-tack, ka-tack. I was like, what the fuck was that? And I look on the ground and I see the Cintiq pen, and my brain was like, how did that get over there? Like, could not compute what I was looking at. I was like, that looks like a Cintiq pen. Where did that come from? I'm a fucking moron. Yeah. And so then I put it back on the thing, and I went back about my day, and then I woke up this morning and I was trying to use it, and it was all over the fucking place and not working properly. So I had to order a new pen and have it delivered by tomorrow. Like the pressure sensitivity was off. It wouldn't register taps, because usually it's very sensitive. You know, it's very like you know. You could barely touch it, and it works. And no, it was like kung fu. You had to use your kung fu grip on it. So I had to order another one. I broke it. I go through these fucking pens so fast. The last one I ordered was in October of last year. I'm kind of ashamed of myself. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Yeah. So, friends, welcome back to Procreate. Because the Cintiq, no worky today. No worky at all. Because I broke it. I done broked it, friends. I done broked it. I don't want you. Go away, Google. Go away. Go away, Google. I said go away. Hey, friends, it's gonna be that kind of stream. What? Tippy tappies. Tippy tappies. So, that being said, you know, we did have, we had this bad boy that we were working on last stream. But I felt like just doing something a little more painterly. So, hello Viscera, welcome on in. And I believe I've said hello to all of you wonderful people, besides Viscera too. But if I haven't, hello Seriana, hello Dazzle, hello Pixie, hello Martest, you lurking son of a bitch. And love you all, thanks for being here. Yeah, so I'm gonna do. I thought maybe I would just get into it on like drawing a skull, and because you know, you get you want to go back to those fundamentals. You don't get more fundamental than drawing a skull, right? So I'm just gonna start by getting those fundamental shapes going. Right? That. Just determining where that front triangle of the skull is going to be. Do a lot of construction kind of stuff here. Right? And then I'm going to think about the Lurk Bart. Yep. Hey, it was actually a really good weekend, so I mean, I got nothing to complain about. You guys can't see a goddamn thing here. That's crazy. I don't know what to do about that. That helps a little, huh? Yeah, it helps. Look at that. Can't even see my arms. Wait, here you go. There you go. Anyway, so I've got myself a little reference image here. You can almost see it. There you go. See, that's the skull I'm using. And yeah, just gonna draw a skull tonight, friends. Draw and maybe probably paint. But we're just gonna get warmed up a little bit and like really think. I mean, I don't really have to warm up that much because I was doing a bunch of figure drawing, gesture drawings today. Because I was gonna do, yeah, of course it's not showing now. I was gonna do some more of those little 1 minute shorts for gesture drawings on the channel, just to have some more content up there, right? But yeah, so don't need a whole ton of warm up today, but I do want to really look at this stuff and analyze the planes of the skull here, right? Really get into the shapes and forms that make up the skull, cranium, the zygomatic arch, and all that stuff, and really start thinking about this stuff in shape and not line, and then maybe we'll come in and do some painting on it real quick like, and maybe even some color, who knows, if we're feeling really crazy. Able indeed. I'm gonna guess that that's a autocorrect, Sariana, on your phone there, friend. Fix yourself. It said anal. Anal. Anal indeed. Best moderator ever. Just needs to come down a little bit further. And rather than liquefy it, I'm trying to do all of this with just my noggin. Just looking at some of these references, or this reference, and the proportions and things, you know? Proportions and things are important. These proportions are going to sell it. And then shape is going to make it more interesting. Filthy. Annul. Annul. Gonna annul that relationship. If you know anything about teeth, every tooth needs to have another surface that it meets up with, so that your teeth don't grow all fucking weird. See, feeling like some of these need to be a bit bigger to really sell the shapes more, right? So if you look at the thumbnail for the stream tonight, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, is this like one of those cooking shows where you're gonna start with one thing and then be like, and then I prepared this one for you? God damn it. Can I just, so first it's report, right? Report. And no remove? Alright. Well, friends, don't forget, you can join us on the Discord. No? Nope. 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 Apparently, my links don't work. My Stream Deck is basically like, you know what? Fuck you. See if we can get Stream Deck to actually do a thing again. Allow Stream Deck. Quit logging me out so that I can say this. I just want to say the Discord. I don't think it did it. Alright. Oh, it did. Yeah, hey, yeah. And we've got the old links. You can find me at all the places, friends. And I want weird teeth. If they aren't gonna be perfect, they need to be absolute monsters. I mean, you can do what you want. You can file your teeth down and be all the monster you want to be, Sariana. That's the good thing about life. You can be like that one dude that just tattooed the shit out of everything, and you know what I mean? Like, or it's just like black and your tongue is split, and like you look like you got lizard scale, all the things. You can do whatever the fuck you want. And nobody tell you otherwise. Right? That was just personally not my jam. That whole body mod on that level, right? It's a pretty intense level of body mod at, I think. Personally, anyway. But no judgments. He's gotten more and more intense, I gotta say. Like, you look him up now and you're like, damn, dude, you are committed. Out of my mind right now. Oh, this is the blend brush, yeah, so it's just giving me a little bit of blendy shadow here. Right? It's meant to do that. It's meant to look smudgy, like smudgy pencil lines. It's good like that. It is fascinating, I will give it that, Sariana. It really does take a lot of commitment to the art of reimagining oneself. Smudgy. Okay. Next. Back to graphite 3 or 1. Let's try 1. Yeah, we'll go with 1. But we'll bring the opacity down. Down to 0, you fucking Dumas. Dumas. Doggo dinner. Get that doggo dinner. Feed him good. Old doggo. So friends, what are y'all working on tonight? What's happening? I know y'all like to hang out here and work along. So you tell me, what's happening? What's new? What's different? What's the art? What's on the art agenda? The art agenda this evening. Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? Packing, and then some art of my last D&D sesh. Oh, are you already packing up for your move, Dazzle? That's exciting. That is super exciting. I was actually thinking about you earlier when I was struggling with Minecraft, I was like, you know who knows how to take care of this dumb shit? Dazzle. Where do you think he's moving to, Cosmer? He's moving closer to me. Everybody is. I don't know where he's moving. I just, you know, I assume. Everybody wants to be near me. It's kind of rude of me, right? To make that kind of assumption. By 5 minutes, yeah. Yeah, exactly. There's this weird gravitational force pulling us towards Cali. Yes. Yes. Yeah. It's me. It's me. I said I was moving the when in the chat the other night, just moving 5 minutes north of where we are now. Oh, so technically further away from me. See, some people just like to be contrary. And Mr. David Dazzlepants is one of those people. I love you, bro, but you're letting me down. Just, you know, you could, you know, could get a little closer. We could go throw some axes. We could go, you know, drive some go-karts. You know, go to some theme parks even. Maybe dinner. I would lose my mind, quite honestly, because I'm pretty sure that I would just be like, hey, come over for dinner and hangout session, friends. And it would just be that like all the time. It would just like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? I don't know, you want to like get together and maybe like have some dinner and then do some sketching and like watch some stupid TV or something? Yeah, let's do that. And then eventually everybody would just move in. I'm going down to social in July and I want to hang out. What social? He's a dick. Don't listen to him. July, huh? Well, let me look at my calendar. Oh, it's pretty full. You better hurry up and book your dates. Yeah, man, of course. Of course, Dazzle. Of course. Hey, Cosmer, when is the toy thing that the Designer Con? When is Designer Con? Because like if Cryo is around, then we can all get together, and that would be a good time, right? Is that Designer Con? Cosmer not. Are you fucking with me right now? Hey, you're not my friend. Yeah, I do. This needs to be in perspective a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. So what if I made it like glowing from the inside? Wouldn't that be kind of fun? He says as if his reference isn't glowing from the inside. November? Fuck. Balls. 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 Siriana. I'm on mobile delay. So, Cosmer, are you saying right now that I need to put you on my calendar for the weekend of the 16th or some shit? Is that what you're saying? For no particular reason, who did call you to July for your weekend 16th? Sariana's like the friend that like leaves the room. I thought I was doing my best. Just putting out feelers. Hey, listen. Easy with those feelers there, buddy. Glove them up first, all right? New clip for the intro. Just you saying balls like Michael Scott saying no when Toby comes back. Yeah. We may actually have a couple of new clips from the last couple of seconds even. It's not always like this, but frequently it is. As long as you give me advance notice, which it seems like you're doing right now, I will be available. If you give me enough advance notice, I'm sure other people will want to be available also. Right? So, trying to put in enough information on this thing so that when I go to paint it, I have the information that I need, but not so much information that I get bored painting it, right? Which is always like the balancing act, right? I want that clip of your impression of me walking past you and screaming for my intro. You have an intro? I think I missed it. Last year, or whenever it is that you stopped streaming. She's so gonna just kick my ass the next time she sees me. Oh, when was that? Again, Sariana? When are you gonna be out here? I'll make sure and be busy. We should play some D&D that day. I mean, you, sir, are very D&D focused. But you're not wrong. We may have to wrangle a good DM. I'm kidding, Sariana. I do miss you, however. We do after hours gaming, and your fucking internet right now, man. That fucking internet, killing me. That internet is the reason that I am resorting to Minecraft. Because there's nothing that gets more tedious than an MMO by yourself.
Most boring game ever.
Not boring, you know. There's things that you need to share with your friends and talk shit about, like, you know, their internet. Real bad. Oh yeah, Cosmer? That's fun. How are you liking that? It's like pretty Viking fantasy Minecraft. Yeah, sort of, yeah. I agree. I did play some of it. And it was not bad. But it, like most like most of those games, it got stale for me. Did not hold my interest. But I think like you need to have the right crew to do that kind of stuff, right? Like you really have to. There has to be a crew that you all play at the same time, and you all kind of do the things together. Then it becomes a lot of fun. Of course, not all the time, because if I had to do everything in a survival game all the time with my friends, man, I would lose my fucking mind. Okay, so we're getting there. We're getting there. So I think what I'm going to do is pop another layer in and do just a little bit of tone in here so I can see where I'm gonna shit. I almost reached over to resize on my keyboard again, like a big old dummy. There's this one really cool thing that happens that my friends accidentally built their whole fortress on. They got wrecked. Oh. Did they build it on one of the boss spawns? Because that's fucking classic. So we're gonna have a little bit of shadow wrap there. A lot of shadow there, and a lot of shadow here. We're gonna get a little light bleed there. So it's gonna be like subsurface skull scattering. I mean, it's not that bad to I mean, like, if you chose to trigger the boss, you're gonna get fucking wrecked if you're like right there. That's fucking classic. Classic. Classic your friends. Cosmer, that's what that is. I don't know your friends. Or maybe I do. I don't know. Do I? Do they know me? They should. But I'm of the belief that everybody should know me. Not because I want to be famous, because I think that if everybody knows me, then more people will think like me. And if more people think like me, the world would be a better place. Or at least a sexier place. Right? Okay. I think we got it. I think we got it, friends. So, we're gonna start, no, it's gonna say it again, watch. See? Fuck you, Google. So, now we're gonna start with some real painting. So, since we want this to be colored, we're gonna start with this real dark, saturated, and essentially going back to some alizarin crimson, I think. We're just gonna lay this in, for the most part, around the skull. New campaign slogan: to think like autumn is to be sexy like autumn. Yes. Be sexy like autumn. We're gonna put a little bit in here, but we're gonna get a lot of glow. You know what? Maybe we'll use effects to kind of fill in that area. So we'll just go ahead and chisel out everything for the most part. Love chisel brushes. They're my favorite. Even when I'm doing traditional oil painting, it's definitely about a chisel brush. because you can get these nice flat shapes along edges. And you all know that I like to do straights, right? So, yeah, make those edges dark. I'm just gonna let some stuff kind of show through here, because what I'm working on, and you guys know this, is getting painterly within Procreate. And part of being painterly is having the right stroke at the right spot, saying the right thing at the right time. And if you overwork it, you don't get that stroke anymore. So you do have to undo, or you have to slow down and think about the stroke that you're gonna make before you make it, and then make it, right? Because a single stroke is supposed to be able to say a lot when you're trying to be painterly, right? So be very intentional about your strokes. That's the point. Oh, were we talking about art? So, I'm gonna go beneath this layer, since I have that nice outline now. And where's the thing that I just made? There was a thing. Things were done. Arts department. Image. Yeah, that's all I need to see. Just need some color ideas. I mean, I don't need the ideas. I know what the ideas are, but I did them earlier, and so now I want to address them, or access them. Here, maybe we'll put our colors over here like we were before. Just move this over a smidge. So now we're working underneath that other stuff, and we'll just kind of layer up from there. This is fun. Oz, what's up, buddy? Intent with consent, or is it the other way around? Consent with intent. Yes, I think it's consent with intent. Yes, and it's sexy. So this brush has a little bit of blending, so I can actually come back and address some edges a little bit by just kind of scrubbing back over them, which is nice. Hi Sarah, how are you? How's your evening? How was your weekend? How's it going? And all of the things and the stuff. So I'm gonna put in a little bit more of this red. You'll notice that I'm kind of going along what would be the plane of the zygomatic arch there. So my brush strokes are going perpendicular to the plane itself. And the same thing back here. And it's just to add in some of that deeper color. But I'm also going to put some color over it at a certain point. So it's just to give it some color depth, right? Since we are trying to paint this. And essentially what I'm going to be painting is the effect of a gradient map. But I am going to add in color variants as we go. And you can see that I'm moving the brush head to to switch up the brush marks, right? I'm rotating the pencil as I go. Why does YouTube always make me more prone to talking about the art? Did you ever wonder that? Sarah, that is exactly what she said. It's crazy. Wait, what? So I'm gonna make it a little bit more opaque. Oh. And just get in some brush strokes that way. You know what? No, I disagree with that. Undo that. It's a good thing we're doing digital and not traditional, because I would have had to come back in and scrape that whole thing out and then redo these strokes. But the thing about skulls is they lend themselves to this kind of thing very much, right? Because they're so planar. If you're picking out the areas of the skull, you can just be like, oh, there's a plane there, and there's a plane there, and makes it very easy to see the things that you need to do. That's why that painting there is successful, I think, because it's a skull, and there's plenty of planar changes and little tiny strokes that are kind of picking up on some of the changes in planes and directions. So I'm going to now shift this a little bit towards the magenta and bring it lighter. And so we're a lot more saturated, but it's picking up some of the whites underneath it, right? But this is essentially the midtones on this thing. And I'm gonna come back in at a certain point and really work those so that they blend together. But again, try not to blend this too much, because the idea is to have some painterly, brushstrokey stuff going on that is appealing, right? But it's always better to slow down, think about your strokes. I think she is probably lurking at the moment, Sarah. She probably missed your wonderful invitation to hang out. I don't know why everything you say sounds dirty to me right now, Sarah. Maybe it's just my head. So, yeah, these blends are working for me, I think. It's interesting. It's different, right? Probably looks really intense on screen. Yeah, these are not, they're not that bright on the iPad. But, you know. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to cool it off. Now we might want to go even further into the cools. Yeah, that's interesting. It feels like I went purple, but I did not. You know what? No, because midtones should have, here, I'm gonna do a thing where we work below this layer again. So I think that's fun. And, is that right? Nope. There we go. Because it just starts adding to it as we're doing it, which is kind of cool, right? So it just gives it more and more depth. It's like kind of the inverse of what you want to do, because usually you want to start with your midtones, right? So if I really knew what I was doing, I would just fill this in right now. And then, because we've already kind of got our darks, right? So usually you would go midtones, darks, and then lights. But I, wanting to block out my where it was going to be glowing, wanted to start with my darks and work my way into the lights. So we'll come in and do these midtones, and then we'll worry about those lights. But you can see that I'm still thinking about where those light shapes are going to be, and I'm still thinking about my brush strokes. And how those are going to read. You know what? Can't just have that cut off because there's actual shape inside those eyes. So we need to have that mid-tone defining the interior shape a little bit. And then the light will help to push it even further. Now, yet another spam bot. Spam bot, get fucked. Okay. So then, gonna make another layer, and this is for testing purposes because I don't actually have, I don't have this color in particular set up, but I want to. I want to see what this looks like. Oh, that's okay, Sariana. I appreciate that you're here even. And helping us keep things clean. I mean, as clean as it gets in this stream. Where the heck did it go? Ah, there it is. Thank you, friends. Get them reports on. Fuck those bots, man. So we got this blue-green to go against the reds, right? It's kind of glow happening. So I think for the lights, we'll pop back up here on top of everything. And then we'll go, with the color on the thumb. Whoa, shit knuckles. That's not what I wanted. Huh. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do this. Okay. Stop it! There. So we're going lights, and we don't want our lights to be too far up. We're only gonna go to about 75%, right? And we're gonna go kind of into the greens and bring this back down so that we can do mid-tone. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, friends, for supporting and reporting and keeping us on the ups and ups. So you can see that I'm just going over some of these colors to define these planes a little bit more. Whoop, no. Let's undo that. Let's get these little shapes. Like to be doing bigger movements with this stuff, right? Because we're still kind of, we're not into details just yet. So you can see that to get the right calligraphy, I'm holding the pencil in different ways, right? It's not always this, and it's not always this. Sometimes it's angling up or down, right? Especially with Procreate, because many of these brushes are meant to take advantage of that stuff. Oh, really? Wait. I can see my phone to see if the oil paint TikTok filter will recognize the skull and work to render it. And it almost will, but it struggles because no pupils and nostrils or lips. Interesting. Well, we'll see what happens as we move along, Pixie. Maybe as we get closer to the finish, it'll get better at it because there'll be more to work with. So there's a little bit that's contrary to what you would normally see, right? So I'm putting in some things that are catching planes that would normally not catch light, but since the light's coming from the inside, for the most part, and then a little bit from above, there's going to be some that are a little bit different. So it's fun. See, I've been conditioned by Google. Now I just flick that stupid alert off my screen rather than get mad at it. Sigh. Oh, thank you. Nothing wrong with a little glowing skull for practice, right? And it's something I found online, so you'll probably find the reference somewhere. Okay, so got that. So now let's take our color, make it brighter, a little more into the green, a little bit brighter. Since we're getting some blends, we can go brighter and use the blend, the canvas blend, to solidify the brightness, right? So you get some modulation in those blues and into the greens. So now, since I'm getting into these lights, I want to start using the brush to indicate some planes, right? Some like little kind of changes in the plane and angulature of a skull. Angulature, that is a word. What? It's a word. So immediately I can start to feel when something is overworked or it's going to be overworked if I am not careful. And this stuff will very easily do that because you have so many nice little marks and stuff that if you're not careful, you're just gonna blast through all those marks and then nothing's gonna read like it was supposed to. Jesus Christ. Seriously? You'd think that they would have a bot that can detect those during a chat, right? Where'd my damn reference go? There it is. Just get a little bit there, a little bit there. Bigger and actually just work in the plane that's right there, because this plane actually comes across the skull a little bit and then joins right there. So and you get just a hint of it right here too. So it's like you got that mark right at the center where it's the brow ridge, right? So now that we've got that, we're gonna move. No, wait, hold on. Let's make this smaller and hit the top of this. No, that is way too intense. Let's hit just the top of that a little bit, but we're gonna have the glow happening in there. So, but I'm holding off on for that till the very end. This big again. Let's see. Maybe a smidge of it down here. These light greens. Stuffing of face. How dare you, stuffing of face? What'd you have, Cosmer? Okay, moving over into like a yellowish green now. Let's lighten this up a lot. There we go.
Yeah, that feels good. Yeah.
So, I'm kind of deviating away from the reference a little bit now, because now I'm starting to look at brushstrokes a lot more and how they're starting to kind of link together in that kind of puzzle piece feel, right? But I'm still trying to get the overall lighting scenario. So now that we've got that stuff, I'm going to gonna take out this dirty kind of under painting. Yeah, take out the dirty under painting and delete that and start to minimize our lines and let the painting do the work. Cauliflower crust pizza, and I added Cajun chicken sausage. Good. So this weekend I had Daniel and Tiny Girlfriend over, and we had dinner, and it was lovely. I made salmon and smashed sweet potatoes and baked zucchini and squash. And I personally thought it was delicious. I don't know how they felt about it though. No, they said it was very good. And Daniel finished his plate. So maybe he was just really hungry. So now that I took that drawing and everything out, I can see where I need to kind of reinforce some of the things that we were doing before, right? So get some more shadows in there. With asparagus and carrot coconut salad. Carrot coconut salad. That's intriguing. So I'm making sure to put in these little markers where the anchors are for the muscles, right? So now, as you can see, I'm painting direct. I'm on the top layer and I'm just painting over everything that we've already done and using it all as the basis for the next part. Well, thank you, Pixie. I appreciate that. I basically used a gradient map, messed around with it, and found the color combination that I liked. And now I'm just using that as the basis for what I'm doing. It's not exact, but that's okay, because I don't need exact. I just need it to be, to have those similar colors. And maybe at the end, I'll hit it with another gradient map to push them a little harder. We'll see. I don't know. We're making it up as we go. Really though, I am trying to do a majority of the painting work as painting. So there's going to be some back and forth as we discover and do our best to make the most of these shapes and our tools. Alright, so figuring out the places where it needs to be darker, that sort of stuff. And then we'll come back over with some layers, all the while trying very hard to maintain a painterly feel to everything. So, trying not to overwork everything, right? What's up, Salt? How's it going? How you doing, buddy? How was your weekend? Come in here. And like I said, we can blend some of these edges, right? So that we get some fringing, some chromatic fringing. Good stuff. We like it. So part of this is this has to feel like a plane change. Get that plane change, those brush strokes have to feel like they're creating planes. It's the reason that you go, or you go, there you go. Can you see that? Does that work? I don't know. What up, Mooner? Welcome in, brother. Nice to see you. Oh, Mooner. Those taters you made look so good. What up, Flexible? My friend, welcome on in. Mooner made some really tasty looking potatoes for the I don't know what particular party it was, but a party. Almost said last Sunday, but maybe I'm wrong. So I grab that and add in some blues and get it a little darker. So there's a little bit of an underplane in there, right? And inside the eye there. Get some blends happening. Maybe make this a little darker, like so. So we've got some plane changes happening within the eye socket too. It's Cool Kid O'Clock, yes it is. All the wonderful friends coming out, hanging out on the YouTubes. Nice to see you guys. So, inside here, there's going to be this weird transition where it's cool against warm really heavily because of the choice of colors, right? So it might be hard to make it work, but it's the challenge makes it fun. Because that back and forth between warm and cool is intriguing to me. So I can hit just little smidges here and there of this cool, and it'll read as a plane change, right? And basically it's the plane change from where it's lit inside to the exterior, and then that runs up against those really dark reds that we chose as the exterior color. Or the shadow colors, rather. And again, trying not to blend too much of this stuff. Oh yeah, Mooner, they looked fucking awesome, friend. Good job. I know I wouldn't have been able to have them because of the dairy content, but oh man, they looked lovely. So you can see with this painterly stuff, a lot of it comes down to edge control, right? So for this sort of thing, it's okay to paint through, right? Especially when you're trying to keep that painterly look. So go in and just do this kind of stuff where you break that edge, right? Keeping in mind the mark that you had there to begin with, if you want to reinforce it, and then grab your darker background and give yourself an interesting edge where you have some blends, and then you've got this great active edge, right? And we did all of that without using a blender brush. God damn it. And report. So many. What was that, 5 already? Jeez, man. So, let's see. Maybe some more of these blues on the inside here. I mean, technically that edge that I just did can be one of the last things that I do, but I wanted to do it because sometimes, and you guys have heard me say this multiple times, you need a win when you're doing this kind of stuff, and you also need to see where you can possibly take it, right? You need to look at it and be like, oh, hey, that's cool. I could maybe do something with that. I'm gonna grab some of that color. Just gonna hit this brain. Nose ridge? Nose ridge. I'm gonna hit that nose ridge. Bridge of the nose. Fucking idiot. With that highlight. We might even decide. Let me look at this highlight here. Let's see. I mean, we could really, we still have room to go lighter, so I might do that. And get, now this is not in the reference, but there's no reason that I shouldn't do it because it really drives home this top plane, right? And we've already blocked out some of these lights, so putting this into the light that we blocked out as the top plane really helps to sell anything that's facing directly up or catching that light in some way, right? Gonna use this straight up to try and get just the brush head in the original configuration. Trying to get kind of a thin calligraphy going and not a thick brush, right? Martest, did you sleep well last night? That's the question. Because if you slept well last night and you got good rest, there's no reason to break a good stride. Keep getting that good rest. Helps you to reinvigorate. Let's grab some of this dark here. Really liking some of the blends that are happening with this brush. And of course I am, because this is a Daniel brush. Friends, he's going to be offering his brushes at some point soon. So I suggest you guys keep your eyes out for... it's broken. Damn it. Keep your eyes out for Daniel's stream and go and check him out. Won't let me shout him out because it's being an asshole. Supposedly Elgato was supposed to fix the connection difficulties with YouTube, but they never did. So we just make do. Let's actually scrub just a little bit there so that I can get the mark that I want. I'm looking for the darkest darks on this reference image to kind of knock in right now. I define good rest as 8 solid hours of sleep, because that goes beyond what you absolutely need and goes to an ideal. So you might as well get the ideal, right? That's a good question. What do you guys define as ideal rest? I'm really one of those that loves a solid 8 hours, so you don't have to be like me. Damn it. I mean, it's not up to me, Martez. It's up to you, buddy. What's your what did you feel like you got good rest? I'll try something here. So basically what I just did was I laid that color over so that I could unify some of my reds. Because the reds were feeling a little too discordant. So now I'm coming back in. I do like some of those purples though. And cleaning up some of these blues and some of these light colors. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to and copy canvas, paste. There we go. So now we are working on a top layer. 6 is my sweet spot. I need that perfect 6.5 plus or minus 5 minutes. Man, I wish that I only needed 6. 6 and I'm groggy. I'm like tired all day and I have to have like a nap or some shit like an old man. Hours of sleep. Wow. That is crazy. I'm glad that I don't need that many. I wouldn't be able to get any artwork done. probably part vampire. Yeah, it's you know, it kind of checks out there, Pixie. See, maybe we can go a little bit lighter here and really start to get like some hot glow happening. Ooh, hot glow. Like you can do this stuff with effects, but I kind of want to paint this stuff in and see what I can achieve without resorting to a lot of Photoshop trickery, right? I mean, there is nothing wrong with needing a lot of sleep. I really don't judge people. I just feel personally, my personal best is 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep right there. I think I actually remember my dreams more when I have fewer hours of sleep, though, if that makes sense. What is something else that basks in the darkness of night? Syriana, maybe? Are you a Syriana in disguise? I honestly sleep the best when the previous day has been fulfilling. Flexible, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I slept... God damn it. And report. Ooh, the night coven. The coven of Syrianas. Alright, where'd that reference image go? Every time I gotta report one of those twats, I lose my image. It's frustrating. Frustrating. Okay, so I feel like there's got to be some more glowing down in here to really sell that it's glowing, right? So, while it's not in the reference image as drastically as this, it's good to put it in there to make it feel more like a glow, right? Yeah, that's it. Get a little glow under there. It's a fun thing about a skull. A coven of mess? Meh. Coven of meh. That just sounds really boring. Oh, me's. Oh, I had no idea what you were trying to say there. I'd like to say that I'm sorry, but I'm not really, I don't think. I don't know, I have to think about it. Now see, that's already starting to feel overworked, so I'm gonna undo all that stuff. So if I was doing this with paint, I would wipe it down. And come back in with some strokes that are less overworked. And then I'm gonna grab this, and we're gonna do some little marks here that start to sell this edge a little bit more. Y'all can tell when Daniel has had his fill of me, because he doesn't show up in the streams. It's like, oh man, weekend with Autumn is enough. I mean, I can't say I blame him, you know. Oh yeah, absolutely, Sariana. I can see it in my brain. I mean, I kind of see it in my brain all the time anyway because of the amount of a hard time that I give you. Just one you after another glaring at me. Like, really? You ass. You peen ass. So now we can start to come back in with a little detail stuff, right? And just make some marks that are indicative of small changes in, small planar changes in a skull. Thanks, Pixie. So here to help out with your thing, we're gonna put a little no, let's move that down. Down to right there. This is going to be almost white. Get a little bit in here too. Find those the lightest parts of the image. So now we have our lightest lights, we have our darkest darks, we have everything going. Now we can actually start painting. What? So breaking up some of these pieces that got a little too kind of digital, right? And flat. Maybe shift this ever so slightly. So this is exactly, these are kind of the same steps that I would take with an oil painting, right? But it would take longer because I'd have to wait for some of it to dry and be like, okay, well, those hues and values don't actually mesh so well together. And so then I would come back in and hit some of this stuff with some real vibrant stuff. And so there's a lot of back and forth with oil painting, but it takes weeks because waiting for it to dry on the board and then coming back in with some stuff over top of it. but I'm really looking for places that I can do some color variation that will, say, a plane change or a turning of a form, as well as that variation, right? The filter keeps rendering you just fine, not the skull. It would need some quick lips, eyes, pupil, and probably nose line when you're finished for fun. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's a lot of work. So, putting in... Well, hello, Rick Berry. What's up, my friend? Welcome on in to the Skull Stream. So, again, needs a little bit of a movement. So, but let's desat, and when you desat, it starts to really read like blues, even though it's not, especially against reds, because it's cools, right? It's cool, right? It's cool. Listen, don't tell me that my scribbles aren't effort, all right? I'll tell you what's effort. Rick, how was your weekend? Did you do anything fun? Not full maximum effort. Did I tell you guys that I watched, was it Nice Guy? No, the Ryan Reynolds thing, where he plays the video game character. It was cute. Okay, so I'm seeing that there's too much shade here, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna blend it out. Nope. I'm gonna blend it out with single strokes. No, undo those. Again, probably would have scraped the board there. Very gently try and do that. That's not bad. Maintained it, still looks kind of painterly. A little bit digital, but that's okay. Free guy. Yeah, that guy, free guy. Nice, Rick. Glad to hear it, brother. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna continue going back and forth with some of these tones to try. No, let's go darker. To establish some of these planar changes. What'd you get up to this weekend, Rick? What was the good, the bad, and the ugly? Not the movie. Like, what was, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Free Guy. That's the one. In there. Now the teeth are looking very unfinished, and they're looking very unfinished because I'm not giving them the shadow shapes that are going to really pay off. So let's see if we can do some of that right now. Problem is we've got that light coming from the inside, so we're going to have to use that light to really make the back of these teeth sing. You lied. said these hills sing when the sun hits them. Let's get some shadow down in here. Damn it. Keep running into that problem of not being able to see the size of my stylus before I put it down. You know what I'm saying? Pisses me off. Got myself 2 new 24-inch gaming monitors. Was arranging the welding setup a little so I can start dabbling back in that. Dope. Yeah, it sounds like a good weekend. What are the gaming monitors for? Human burpee. Now, if you say to me the gaming monitors are for gaming, I'm going to be very mad. Because it's clearly the logic. But my thought is, you would be setting them up for something else. Like welding related, right? That was my thought. That's why I asked. PC finally gave up on my 10-year-old Dell monitors. Ah, okay. That makes sense. 10 years old, damn. Dude. Well, congratulations on getting yourself an upgrade, as the case may be. Right? Goodness. So right now I'm looking for little marks that indicate core shadows, right? Because everything's going to have core shadows still, even though they're they are smaller transitions. So I'm looking for places that I can put those transitions to indicate an overall shadow shape. So some of our darkest darks, at least in this reference image that I'm looking at, are under here, right next to our lightest lights, so we're getting this really high contrast zone. Help us define these shapes back here a little bit better. But then I'm looking at the reference and I see that back in here there's a lot more shadow going on than what I actually have. So I'm going to add back in some more of these dark darks and push it further back. And there's this transition right here where it flows into the back of the skull. It's a zygomatic arch. It's kind of the connection point. So it comes here and blends in. Hard to do a blend like that and keep it painterly. Gotta be very soft with it, kind of blend it back and forth. Oh, hey, it's my track. I have yet to give myself a DMCA strike on this one, so hopefully I'll continue to get away with using my own song. I don't know, since I automate the entire process of submitting this stuff and it goes through a third party, I may end up actually getting a copyright strike on my own shit. That would be very humorous to me. Okay, so now little transition tones. It's going to be something like grabbing this, since we're using it as a transition tone inside, and doing it on the exterior over here in just little marks to indicate that there's like subtle changes in that plane as it wraps around, as it leaves the glow of the interior. Vary those strokes. They're looking very even. So hit it once, change the size, hit it again, change the size, hit it again, change the size, hit it again. Right? I know there are ways around it, but it happens to a lot of music artists on here, so yeah. You know, whatever. I ain't that worried about it really. I am so small time with the music. I was talking to my friend this weekend about it, and I was like, yeah, it's really, you know, it's not, because we were both saying how we refused to use Spotify for years because of the way they treated artists. And so at a certain point we just had to give in and use it. And then we got on the topic of me producing my music, and I was like, it's really just for fun. It's really just like the art outside of work. It's just personal betterment, personal enjoyment, and making art. There's like, so Cwam said on a thing today where he's like, what did he say? He said, I'm sick of monetizing everything, and I'm sick of capitalism being the way of art, and I'm making everything one subscription fee and opening up everything that I've ever published, which means I'm not going to have any Gumroad income now, but I'm just tired of like it being the only way for artists to make money, right? The route. I'm sick of the capitalism thing, and I can identify with that, because for me, art is about just creating, just making art, right? Just making a thing to enjoy a thing. Like, I've got any number of paintings on my walls that the world's probably never going to see. Not the least of which is because I enjoy those paintings and they hold a special place in my heart, so I'm certainly not going to sell them. So it's really just, this is just for me and you guys that are here hanging out with me, right? And I don't think that's a bad thing. It's nice to not monetize every damn thing. So let's get a little bit of, see, we've got a bit of it here. You see that fringing going on? So let's, on another layer, let's get some really vibrant fringing going. Let's get into this stuff. And this is way far away from what the reference is doing. But yeah. Take a look at it. So I don't want it to be everywhere. Let's make sure we got the right brush. So I'm erasing with the same brush that I'm painting with. So there's some things that I want to hold on to, but then I also want to fringe this in an interesting way. All right. Ah, flexible. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, really, that's what it's about, right? It's about a community that is supportive, and we all kind of do our thing while being creative and supportive of one another. And I can appreciate that. You know, it keeps me drawing. But it's really, you know, it's here, it's for myself and my sanity, but it's also for you guys, right? Hey, maybe I can share some of this creative juice with you guys, and you can feel that too. Because it's a positive feedback loop, right? So I'm like, what am I gonna work on tonight? Well, I don't know. Well, maybe I'll do something like simple, like a study. I'll do a study of a skull, right? Because it's a traditional thing to do in an art class. Okay, sure. And then one of you sees it and is like, hey, that's cool. I want to do something too. And then maybe you're going to hit on something that's really cool for you. That was the problem. I just fucking stupid. All right, hold on. 9 o'clock rolled around and the colors all changed on me. And I was like, what the hell just happened? I got to change this to not do this. Night shift. Okay. There we go. Burr, burr, burr. Okay, that's better. It's like, what the shit? Do it! Yeah, so in the positive feedback loop, you know? You inspire me, I inspire you, and we keep on making art. And it's fun, and it's good for everybody, good for the community. So we're gonna go until about 9:30, and wherever I get with this is where we're gonna get. Is that fair? So if that's the case, what I really need to do is come in here, make this smaller, and start to really define some of this glow. So what that means is a teeny tiny brush, and we're going to chisel out some shapes that are indicative of these forms. And these little details hopefully will drive this home to really start to feel like a skull. And we're just trying to get some calligraphy in on this too, right? Gaps between those teeth. See, if B was here, right now she'd be giving me shit for not having a zoomed out version of this for you guys to look at, because all you're looking at right now is this gigantic fucking brush marks. Whoa, that was weird. Ew, creative juice. Man, I'm all looking at the painting right now and not paying attention to chat like I should be. Sorry, I was all up in the fucking zone and I missed your awesome joke. I am a horrible host. I apologize. I apologize. So we're gonna put in this kind of rim light where the teeth are missing. It's gonna drive home the fact that it's missing some of his integral teeth, so that's probably why he died. Just wasn't able to chew, therefore starved to death. I actually like to zoom in. Watching the brush marks is meditative. Meditative, that's cool. I like that. I can go with meditative. Oh, one thing I do want to do. Oh wait, no, I merged it. I can't do that. All right. Well, maybe we will use the smudge tool, friends. But we want it to be just want to get rid of some of the similarity of brushstroke on everything, right? And again, still learning these brushes, still learning what does what I want it to, right? Like I can see it in my head. Can I achieve it on the page? But what I'm trying to get rid of are some of the pencil marks that are still here. It's funny because I'm looking at this reference image, but I'm not following this reference image so much. Wow, I can't even talk right now. Okay. No, I like having that little pinpoint in there. Knock out some of those. Again, being very specific about where I'm breaking into and out of the forms in a designy kind of way. You know what? Let's do another layer, and let's use an airbrush. This will help us to add in some shadow shapes, adjust a little bit. I want to be careful, so we're going to set this layer to overlay and get in on some maybe purples, I think. dark enough with overlay. So we'll have to go with something a little different. So with hard light, I'm gonna bring that opacity down and really accentuate the shadows in some of these areas. So we get a bit more of a turning form. But I'm trying not to blow out some of the subtlety that we do have, right? So, take the opacity down just a touch. Yeah. It's the only reason I have that. That's the only reason I bought an iPad, Cryptid. What? Why don't I no longer have options. There we go. And report. Okay. So I'm gonna dust in some darker darks around these edges, push back some of the shadows in the back, and then we'll use some glow to bring some of it forward again. By going... I don't think that I need to do a full color dodge layer because I feel like color dodge is gonna blow it out. But we can try, right? We can drop in a black layer and then set that to color dodge and then do another layer, clipping mask it, and then get ourselves into this blue here. And yeah, see, immediately blows it out. Yeah, it's just it's too intense. So we'll delete, and we'll just do maybe a lighten layer, and we'll see what happens. And we can come back in and erase out some of that stuff. Come on, airbrush. Do airbrushy things. Maybe not lighten. Soft light. Yeah. Soft light. That's good. Don't think the skull would appreciate me poking his eye holes. Poke, poke, poke. Pardon me. Allergies? I don't know. I did go for a walk today. So I think here, I'm gonna get back in and bring this overlay layer down a little bit. And come in here. Smudge out some of these drastic darks. This might be a little too dark in there. Could always get a refurbished iPad, more affordable. I've heard good things about the refurbs, actually. Never got one myself, but a friend said that they've gotten all of their Apple products refurb because they refused to pay them full price, and they've had good luck with everything that they've gotten. No problems. Let's do another copy and paste. So, copy canvas and paste. Oh yeah. There we go. So now this is on top of the glows and everything, so even some of the glow is going with the brush marks. I like that. Gonna have to head out. Viscera, have a wonderful night, my friend. Thank you for being here. Always lovely to have you here. Rest well. I'll be back Wednesday. You know where. Have a wonderful couple of days, my friend. For those that are remaining, we are nearly to the end of the stream, as well as the image, because I feel like we've done really well here. It's painterly, it's not realistic colors at all. So I took on 2 challenges and I did okay. She loves skulls, Sariana? Or she just loves studies? Thank you, friends. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. That would be kind of fun. 3D print it. Throw some LEDs in there. Hell yes. Let's get a few more of these lights hitting. Oh shit, that's the wrong brush. try this one. You know what I'm looking for? So I'm looking for these little marks that, is this? Yeah, I'm looking for these little marks that that talk about notches and little pieces kind of chunked out, right? I don't know if this brush is going to pull that off. Let's try this one. So it's just little things that talk about, it's basically, so you get to a level of finish, and then you have to hit a level of detail too, right? So you have to come in and get smaller marks that are gonna help to sell it. So little tiny details kind of knocked out here and there. So what I'm doing is I'm selecting the colors and just working with a much smaller brush to get a variety of marks that talk about edges grabbing highlights. That's it, right? That underneath plane, grabbing a little bit of the glow coming from behind, but we can smudge it a bit so that it feels like it's kind of a little bit further back in the picture plane, right? Yeah. So even on these teeth, come back in and get just some like cracks and little tiny details, and then we're just painting this directly over some of the things that we've already ideated on. That thing, and just getting some highlights on the chin, right? Couple in here, kind of running across the skull. Merge that down. No. Undo. And just copy canvas and paste. And we're going to grab smudge. This is just a test, friends.
Maybe you will tell me what you're thinking. Or maybe you will give me all the blame. But I'm moving on. I just have to make sure that you know.
Testing. Yeah, a little reflection. Right? But really, I'm just trying to break up the silhouette so it's not as super even / controlled, all that stuff. Right? Damn this brush. Nope. Needs to be small. If we're gonna do it small. There you go. All right, look at that. Minute to spare. Do you guys want to watch it? Want to watch the playback in fast motion? And then we'll call it a night? Here we go. So thanks, friends, for hanging out on a little study night where we looked at some skulls, drew some skulls, and then painted. So it was really about structure, it was about form, it was about lighting, and trying to remain painterly throughout the whole thing. Just working on as many things as I can while not worrying about subject all that much. That's what makes skulls so fun to paint. Is they're just a thing that is like the most fundamental art school thing that you can do. Because really what you just go, okay, what are my challenges for this? Well, you know, I wanna work on this, and this, and then you just dive right in. Because everybody knows what a skull looks like, right? So kind of have your mental model, you kind of break it down, and then start working on the things that you need to work on. So you can see we laid in the drawing, a little bit of tone so we knew where our target was, then laid in our darks and our darkest darks, the exterior first and then our darkest darks. And now we're just coming in and adding in some of the midtones and highlights and moving right along with that glow in the center. And then paying attention to our edges a little bit. And then working our way up from there. At this point, all of the big things are in. We threw a color layer over it to unify everything. And then just started painting back and forth to get to our finish. And it was just a matter of sampling off of the canvas once we had established our darkest darks, our lightest lights, and our midtones. So it was just a back and forth. So start with your drawing, do your darkest darks, your lightest lights, do your midtones, and then render. And rendering all depends on what the look is that you're going for. So technically, this was rendering. It was sitting down and deciding on a style and aiming for that style. And that doesn't mean that it's glossy or anything. It means that I rendered out the transitions and the tones and the glows and all that stuff. Added in those glows, massage some of the edges, and put in those tiny details to kind of sell it. And added in some painterliness, signed it like a moron, re-signed it, and done. So yeah, that was our evening. Happy Monday, friends. Welcome to a new week. And thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I'll be back over on Twitch Wednesday and Friday, 7 p.m. As you guys know, I think everybody here is always here, and I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out. I hope that you had a good weekend. I hope that you have a wonderful week. And I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys some more. Maybe doing some more of this kind of stuff. Studies, painterly stuff. Working on the painterly stuff a lot. That's my target right now. So I hope you guys like it. Thank you, Pixie. A little bit of arcane somehow. Kind of that chiseled feel, right? Friends, have a wonderful couple of days. We'll see you Wednesday evening. Thanks again for hanging out. Rest well this evening. Or if you're just starting your day, have a wonderful day. And I love you all. Love one another. Be kind to each other. And that's it from the arts department. Keep drawing, and we'll see you next time. Welcome back to the arts department, everyone. Go for it.
I'm gonna go for it. Whee!
And Daniel's like, and did you see my pencil? Look at this tip. This tip is, oh shit, yeah, I broke it. Hold on. This tip is the best tip because this one actually has some flex to it.
I do not break my tips.
Bye, go.
Butts and tits and butts and tits and butts and tits and butts and tits.
You've reached Seb. Sorry I can't take your call right now, but leave a message after the beep.
It draws your eye and then pushes it up into I just gotta stop. Oh boy. Friends like these, who needs enemas? Enemies. Enemies. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like the Swedish chef.
They're making the earth and they're freaking into Photoshop. And
Queeps. There's a myth of the blade of inking, that whosoever pulleth out the blade from the inkwell will be, I don't know, an art monkey who it gets taken advantage of nonstop and people think they can just not pay. Oh wait, too real. It's supposed to be fancy. Why are you such a downer? I believe you get your ass kicked for saying something like that. I mean, honestly, Cox, if I could do that on stream, that's all this stream would be. I just said... Come on. Somebody has to think that was funny.
Duel on the poop.
They call it the poop deck because when you went to the poop deck, you pooped off the back of the boat.
It'd be like, whoosh, and I would just get full fucking facialed. Like, I'm like, ah. Right to the meaty nips of the bits. This is an adult stream filled with immature people. And we love it.